सदाशिवसमारम्भा शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमा अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ता वन्दे गुरुपरम्परा. I welcome you all with my love and respects. Today's subject, conflict-free life, the only way out of depression. Again, because these guys are just enchanted with this title. Every day they are giving me the same title. Conflict-free life, the only way out of depression. Learn the art of pranapratishta. Learn the art of pranapratishta, giving life to what you want. Then you will just live in conflict-free life. Understand? It's a very simple truth. I think I would have explained this villager with whom I had a very strange experience. During my wandering, I was resting in the noon time under a tree, putting my head on a small stone, which had turmeric, all that little puja was done on that, but I did not expect it is worshipped by somebody as God. I thought maybe in village every stone, every tree is worshipped. In India, that's why when British put the milestones, first it was all painted in yellow. Suddenly they saw in 1 week all milestones have a fully dressed, decked with flowers, and people have started worshipping and everything has become temple. So they have to change the color. Now British had really tough time stopping the villagers worshipping the milestones, and it is perfectly shaped like a Shivalinga. That is why I just bow down to this civilization. How many thousands of mistakes this civilization may have, how much backward it may be, but just worshipping everything, whether it is a stone or a tree, the ability to worship everything, it's not a joke, understand? The ability to bow down to everything, the ability to surrender to everything, the ability to trust everything. One of the greatest gifts from the Ganges civilization to the whole cosmos is the ability to surrender, the ability to worship, the ability to trust, ability to dissolve. This is the greatest gift from the Ganges civilization. It is not a joke. When you feel an individuality, the ability to just relax, trust, ability to trust more than your boundary. There are many peculiar diseases only the ego-based civilizations suffer. One is osteoporosis. They don't trust their own bone structure. Many of the diseases the ego-based civilizations suffer does not even exist, because these guys just knows how to bow down to anything. Go to village, whether it is a small kids or the officer going to an office or anybody, when they walk on the road, see, every street will have 20 temples, small or big. They will bow down in front of every temple and go. And they will bow down in front of every temple very sincerely. Even in my school days, if school starts at 8:30, I'll start from my house by 6:30. And the school is only maybe 2 kilometers, not more than that. Because I will have to bow down in every temple, every deity. On the way, at least 25 temples are there. So I need 5 minutes in every temple. But I will always be late for the class, if at all I reach the class. So I had an agreement with my maths teacher. I'll make one more round for you, you give attendance for me. Usually maths will be the first class. Usually because the kids will be more aware at that first session, maths will be the first session. And I keep my promise and he keeps his promise. Usually in Indian village schools, they don't take attendance for every period. Morning they mark the attendance, then that's all, the whole day. So majority of the days, I'll be running, going around the temple for him and he will be giving attendance for me. I put my head on this stone. I should not say stone. Deity for somebody. Once it is deity for somebody, it should be deity for everybody. But foolish, unfortunate civilizations do the other way. Once if somebody is accused for somebody, he is accused for the whole world. That should not be the case. If he is deity for somebody, deity for everybody. And if he is accused for somebody, he is accused only for that person. And we do completely opposite. So I put my head by mistake without knowing the deity on deity. Usually when there is a turmeric powder smeared, snakes will not come there. That is why in the snake holes, before worshipping they will put the turmeric powder. Snakes won't come. So I thought maybe that is an area where the snakes are too much. So somebody, before resting, they have put turmeric powder. They rested. So I put my head. Maybe in 1 hour, some villager from 2-3 kilometers apart, away, he was running towards me, shouting. When he came near me, he just said, "Because you are a sadhu, I am leaving you. Otherwise I would have broken your head. How dare you put your head on my Shiva?" So he had a telepathy connection with the deity. He was sleeping in the house. Noon usually villages rest. See, morning they work before the sunrise, like around 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock they work in their field. Then once it becomes very hot, especially Madhya Pradesh, too hot. They rest in the noon time, evening again they come back and work in the field till maybe around 4 o'clock they will start until 7 o'clock, till it becomes completely dark they will work. So this guy was sleeping in his house and he ran and came and he said, "I saw in my dream somebody is disrespecting my deity, my Shiva. So anyhow, you are a sadhu, I am leaving you. Don't do this anymore." I really felt bad that I abused somebody's deity. So I apologized to him, but I was so happy that somebody could have a telepathy connection just with a stone. When you worship as a deity, he is so strong with his feeling connection, he was able to just connect with the deity, just with the trust. So I apologized, then I moved. There was a small temple in that village, I stayed in that village, in the temple. And I was talking about this incident to few people. some foreigner came to that village like as a tourist. His guide, who can speak little English and little Hindi, English or Hindi, that guy was taking around that foreigner and he wanted to show that foreigner some Indian sadhu. So he brought that foreigner to me and he was telling him about Indian sadhus, few things. Then I also tried. Those days I can't speak fluent English. I can manage but not fluently. Neither Hindi nor English, but somehow I managed my wandering. But broken Hindi words are enough. For sadhu you don't need to speak much. Now in North India they will give you food and they will take care of you, and great people. It's a very beautiful civilization. In the north, so much of respect and love for the sadhus and for the tradition. So I was explaining that like this happened. I put my head on the deity and that guy came running. He had a telepathy experience with the deity that he felt like he should protect it, that somebody is abusing it. Then he came running. I apologized. I told the whole story. This foreigner was really, he got the curiosity. Wow, he wants to meet that villager. So anyhow, this local guide said, I will get that villager, don't worry, because I described how that villager looks. Then this guide took that westerner to that villager. I also wanted to see the fun, I went there. I also went. And during the conversation, that westerner, he asked that villager what happened and all that, and that villager described, like this, I had a vision that my Shiva is being abused by somebody. I ran and I saw this sadhu was putting his head on that Shiva and I drove him out. He described all the story, and then that foreigner asked, that westerner asked, how did you feel this? How can this happen? He said, no, I feel it is Shiva for me, and so through this deity Shiva responds to me. That foreigner, I don't know whether he wants to test that villager or really offered. He said, if I give money, will you give this? I'll give you $5,000. Means now 2.5 lakh. I don't know at that time what value. At least few lakh. Few lakh is not a small money. The villager, maybe his whole property will be only that much worthy. Whatever property he has, his house or little land, whatever he has, the whole thing will be only that $5,000 worth. And I thought really that villager is going to jump on that foreigner and finish him off. Shout at him or abuse him or drive him out, saying, how dare you bargain, give money, fix a price for my God, for my Shiva. I thought there is going to be big ruckus, chaos, big scene. I was just keeping quiet. I was really surprised. That villager very simply said, please take it. He gave it away. He said, please take it. Give the money and take the deity. And that westerner really wanted to carry that as a souvenir. So he gave the money and took it. I think he gave in Indian rupee and took it. That guide, he also made little commission in the fixing the bargain. Everything was done. I was really shocked. Then after that westerner went away, I caught hold of the guide and caught that farmer, that villager, and asked, how dare you sell your God? He was very cool. And I tell you honestly, he had a telepathy experience with the deity. It was not lie, it's a truth. He was very cool. And he told me very cool way, Swamiji, I did not sell my God. I just sold a stone which I thought as worshipped as God. I'll put another stone And not only that, with this money I will build a temple for that stone. See, and he was very clear, I will put another on stone and do pranapratishta. And that will become God. Now I did two things. One, satisfied a Westerner and inspiring him in the tradition. You see, he will carry this, it will be a God for him. So in a way I am responsible for spreading Vedic tradition to one person. True. See, he said, naturally he is going to carry it and worship. And I know the science of doing pranapratishta. I will put another on stone and worship it as a God. And this new stone is going to do the same work for me which the old stone was doing. So I have the ability to do pranapratishta. I was really shocked, understand? See, especially when you have some extraordinary experience with a stone, it is not an easy joke to retain the clarity. I put energy into it. Even though it speaks to me, it is my own trust. It is my ability to do pranapratishta. This is what I call, even if you have the Daiva Bhakti, you should ultimately know the truth. It is Atma Bhakti. Your own Atman, you are seeing it as God outside. So the Daiva Bhakti should lead you to the depth of Atma Bhakti. I was shocked, a villager can have so much of clarity. And that guy really did not spend that money on himself. And he put another one small deity as Shiva and built a small temple. Not big but small temple he built with that money. Still the temple is there. Ability to do pranapratishta. The clarity to have pranapratishta. Understand? Now, in your life also, because you gave life to the conflict, conflict appears as reality and you really perceive it. Because you perceive it, you forget you gave power to it. Don't forget, even if you perceive it as reality, you gave power to it. That villager, even if he is able to experience that stone as a God, he did not forget the truth, he gave power to it. He did pranapratishta to it. But in your life, even though you gave power to all the conflicts, after you start perceiving it, you forget you gave power to those conflicts. Remember, retain the ability to do pranapratishta. When you gave power, when you perceive conflict, take the power back. Put the power on life. It is you who is going to decide whether to give power to conflict or life. Again, life has no conflict, conflict has no life. Life has no conflict, conflict has no life. This is the truth. So, yesterday I received a question from one early participant. Swamiji, sometimes the conflicts are so real. If I go on feeling it is not true, is it not like cheating myself? Where is the line? Understand, he was asking, where is the line for the optimism? Be extreme optimistic. There is no line. There is no line. You cannot be more optimistic in more worse situations than me. Understand? Be extreme optimistic. There is no such thing as borderline for optimism. I tell you, give power to life continuously. Don't even a moment slag and give power to conflict. Optimism means giving power to life, doing pranapratishta to life. So there is no extreme in optimism. Learn how that villager, He was able to put God in a stone. Immediately next moment, he was able to put another stone and put God in it. Same way, have the ability to move life. If you have given life to conflict, if it is hurting you, just move it to the life. That's all. Nothing else. See what has happened. Even though these guys have tried so much, all possible conspiracy, abusal, scandal, finally imprisoning. What has happened? 53 days. I prepared my body and mind so thoroughly and downloaded all the techniques. When I come out here, people are levitating. And I am telling you honestly that 53 days I made use so thoroughly, so perfectly, I downloaded a new science. Means actually I added something more to me and for my life and for the field in which I am. Just this year, beginning of this year, we were sitting and discussing. Some of the corporate people were sitting and discussing. They were telling, Swamiji, any organization, whether it is a spiritual or corporate or business or for-profit or non-profit, by 7 or 8 year, usually they say the end of the 7th year, they call it stagnant curve. That graph will become stagnant. It's a usual trend in all organizations. That is the crucial year. Either you are going to give a big breakthrough so that it is going to take off or die down. This is the trend, Swamiji. And you are facing that crucial time this year. How are you going to give a breakthrough for takeoff? For flying? I just made a simple statement, very casually. I think we have a video record. I said, all right, I'll make everybody fly. We'll take off. And now we know. Now we have a big, great breakthrough. A new science has landed in the body. New science is expressing. Of course, I know when the samana balancing happens, this levitation or floating on the water or different siddhis starts expressing. But visibly now it is getting reproduced in anybody and everybody. Any biomemory sits in the front and ready to go through the process, simple readiness, willingness. The initiation is happening. And too fast, really I tell you. For Raghupati Yogi, it took 6 years to make me levitate. 6 years it took for him. And I think we have not even completed 6 days of early process. Already 50 people at least experienced. 50% have experienced at least psychological and physical levitation. 50 people have experienced at least the physical levitation. And it is not easy joke. You cannot cheat. See, especially in Batmasana and Samana Mudra, try to push your body, nothing will happen. You can push only your hand. Your body can never be lifted. Only when it is really getting lifted by samana balance, it can happen. Now I saw the stagnant graph is broken. Now we have taken off. Literally taken off. Never to land anymore. No more landing on planet Earth. If at all there is a landing, it is only in Nithyananda Loka. So be extremely optimistic. Even in the last moment of what you think as the worst crisis, life can take over. Understand? Trust the life it is. It has the ability to create miracles. Trust life. It has possibility of miracles. Trust life. Every moment is pregnant with the possibility of miracles. Every second can express miracles. Understand? Whatever small miracles what masters express is just to remind you, life is miraculous. Life is miraculous. Understand? This is just like visiting card. Just to remind you, life is miraculous. So have the extreme optimism. Even in the last moment, what you call as life and death situation, even at that moment, life can just take over and tell you, I am here, and create miracles. So have the ability to do pranapratishta continuously for life. See, whenever you have a conflict, one conflict, life, two are there in you. Give power to life, not to conflict. Give more attention to life, not to the conflict. Reduce your attention and time, thinking process which you supply for conflict. Add more life, more power, more intelligence, more time to life. Spend more time thinking about life. Spend more energy thinking about life. Give more life to life. Give more prana to life. Do more pranapratishta to life. Don't spend too much time in thinking conflicts. Don't spend too much energy in conflicts. Give more life to life. That is what I call doing pranapratishta to life. So worship life. Do pranapratishta to life. That's the only way to be out of depression. So again, conflict-free life, the only way to be out of depression. So let you all live the conflict-free life, experience and radiate enlightenment, live and radiate the eternal bliss. Nithyananda. Thank you.